Shortbox Nation, I am standing next to Josef Altin, a.k.a. Pip from Game of Thrones. That's right, one of your favorite Nice Watch soldiers. Joseph, how are you enjoying Collective Con?
Oh, Collective Con's so fun. I love going to conventions. First time convention over in America. So I'm just loving my time. I love people when they dress up in their cosplays. It just gives them a chance to be their self a bit more and do the things they love and like certain characters. I love it. It's been brilliant.
Awesome. Have you noticed a change or in the energy and the fandom since the season has started? Does it feel a little more chaotic, a little more crazy, or is it always kind of like chaotic crazy when it comes to the fans and their love?
Yeah, it was kind of chaotic in the beginning because the series was Game of Thrones. Sorry, man. There was some books, obviously Game of Thrones books, and
yes,
obviously there's a massive fan base. So it was chaotic already, but now it's just so chaotic. You know, everyone around the world. Some people don't watch Game of Thrones, but like 80% of the world now has seen Game of Thrones, and it's just the people who hasn't seen Game of Thrones are becoming fans and watching the show, and it's just becoming more and more of a hit.
You said that this was your first convention in the States, right?
Sure.
Did it surprise you to know that you've got this many fans on this side of the world? Is it the same sense of fandom here versus where you're from?
Yeah, it's kind of all over because I'm on the social media Twitter, so I do get people all over the world kind of talking to me over the social media, and people in China, people in the Philippines,
wow,
people in America, all parts, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere really. So it's just so nice to just speak to the fans of the show from all the way around the world, and it's just nice to see what their take on it is,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been cool.
And with your character, unfortunately, having met his demise a few seasons back, do you still watch the show now that you're not in it? Do you watch it more or less?
Yeah, well, when I died, I carried on watching the show up to season 5, and
wow.
then I haven't stopped working because since I've been in Game of Thrones, it's been it's opened up the doors for me with so many other work. So I've been really busy, and then when I'm not acting, all I want to do is see my little girl.
Nice.
Yeah, she's 11 now. She's growing big. So it was only yesterday she was in my arms. It feels like so. When I'm not acting, it's just all I want to do is spend time with my little one and my family, and a couple of friends. Because sometimes when you're so busy, you don't get to see your friends and your family a lot, because you're always away doing stuff. Which the acting was my dream, but where I am now is I don't want to be too busy, and I don't really want to be really well known, famous. I want a bit of the balance, so I can just spend time with my family and do what I love doing.
I can only imagine with this being the final season, you've probably been asked maybe hundreds of times for spoilers or whatnot. My question is, what's the craziest thing anyone has ever done or asked to try to get spoilers out of you?
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
I can only imagine fans pleading and begging, for even the slightest thing.
That's all it is, really. It's just pleading. Please tell me what happens. I died 8 years ago in the show, so it was a thing where, we get our names across the scripts even 8 years ago. So if I lose the script, I get sued. I'm in trouble, because the story's out there now. Or so you never take your script out, or you make sure you don't forget your bag on the train. But it's just a lot of the fans just plead and just say, "Oh, do you know?" Like we get told because we're cast at Game of Thrones. But as I said, my character got shot by Ingrid with the arrow about 8 years ago. So I haven't been in the show. It's still
sore for me.
Oh, bless you, man. It was sad. It was sad. I didn't want Pip to die, but someone had to die. Shock factor wise. So. But yeah, I don't know who's on the end of the throne at the end. I don't know. I haven't heard any stories of what's to come and stuff like that when I died, and I didn't even know Gren died when I got to season 4. Obviously, he dies in that season, episode 4, and and I was reading my script. I was doing Child 44, got my script, and I was the only one who kind of died. And I thought I'd done something wrong, and I thought, But people get kind of you don't get told about certain things. Mm-hmm. They're trying to keep more things quiet since season 4. I find, because it's got so big now, and even now, I'm sure they've. I've heard things like Game of Thrones. They've got so much money. HBO's got so much money, so they've been filming stuff to trick certain actors. This is how it's going to end, but it's not even going to end that way.
Wow, huh?
So what I heard. That's what I heard.
Interesting.
I don't know how true that is, but
what was it like watching? I'm sure it was maybe different. Sure. Acting out your death scene. I mean, was there any difference watching it? I mean, were you watching with family or friends, and what were their reactions watching you die on the screen?
Well, some of my friends haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, so I don't really pester them to. Oh, you got to watch it. They do their own thing, but some of them now is obviously catching up because they've heard how good it is from someone else, and they're kind of fans of it now, so they're getting in contact now, going, "Oh, I love the show." And it's like, well, you didn't love it a long time ago. You was like, "Oh, I don't watch that kind of stuff, fantasy stuff." But a lot of people that it's been amazing, and a lot of people are now getting on board, becoming fans of the show.
Did you get to keep any memorabilia?
No. There was a funny story. Ingrid got an arrow on the plaque at the end of season 4 when she passed away. So I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to get an arrow or something, to put on my side. And it was like, thank you, Joseph. I was like, nothing. So I just...
Give me half the arrow.
Yeah. Give me half the arrow, But no, I didn't get nothing. So I needed to take something. I'm not a thief, but I just took one stone from the floor. There was thousands, millions of stones. So I just took a little stone just to remind me of Castle Black.
Speaking about Castle Black, I mean, your character Pyp spends a lot of time in Castle Black. I mean, what was it like about the set design? I mean, what was... Wow, really? Huh?
Yeah, it was like the first time in Castle Black. It was just amazing because half the time you walk on sets, you can... it's not a full set. It's like a half a set or a quarter of a set. And then you can see studio you can see it's fake. But Castle Black was like... It was like a prison in such a... once you get in, it was just so massive, and you had the lift. You just went up so high. They built everything. There was even spiders who made their webs because the Castle Black has been there for like years now, and it just everything feels so homely, and it doesn't feel like a set. It just feels like Castle Black. Yeah. So we didn't have to really make believe, stuff. It was just there, and it was just like wow. We had the fires burning. It was hot. We could smell. We even had dead animals.
What?
On the first few eps, and we can smell.
Wow.
Death. So even that helped with everything. It was like wow.
Seeing where the season and the show has progressed so far. Do you ever wish that? Damn, I wish my character Pyp would have stayed alive for this season. I mean, are you happy with the way his story kind of came at an end, or do you ever find yourself like, dang, I wish I was in this season? Things are heating up.
Well, when I found out I died, I was like, oh man, I'm out of a really good show, which is only going to progress onto an even bigger hit show where it's crazy around the world. And even now with the Night King is in the latest episodes, and the fandom for the new characters now are really big, and still the old characters like myself. I get a lot of fans want to chat and ask me why did Pyp die. They were sad that Pyp died, but I was happy that my character, after I found out I was dead, I was like, okay, cool. I came to terms with it, and I was like, I can't wait to film my death scene. And if I didn't die in it, I wouldn't be able to do all the other brilliant jobs if I was still in Game of Thrones. So it's opened up a lot of doors for me. And there's one project I can't say, but if I was still doing this, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Wow. Okay.
And that is more epic than Game of Thrones.
Wow. Yeah. It's setting the bar really high.
Yeah. But still, Game of Thrones is epic. But you know what I mean? It's been around for a long time, this other one.
Is there something that, speaking about the projects that you were able to do or working on now after Game of Thrones, is there something about the character of Pyp or something you learned from shooting Game of Thrones that you've carried into these other projects?
Not really. I when I do the characters, I try to change the characters up instead of just being myself.
Yeah.
Some actors just be their self, but they're different characters, and just follow the stories and stuff. And then you get some actors just like, wow, I didn't even know that was the guy from that show, and so it's nice just playing different characters. And when I watch them back, I don't see myself. I see a different character.
Awesome.
So that's cool.
Josef, I want to thank you so much for your time. Is there places, Twitter or social media that people can go to follow you? And do you have any projects that you're working on that you can talk about or plug?
Yeah, sure. You can catch me on Twitter. That's the only social media I'm on at the minute. I was on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram anymore. So you can catch me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Josef Altin. It's Josef Altin. And the latest projects I can talk about is Chernobyl, which is coming out soon on cinema. That was brilliant. A real true life story. Really depressing as well. But really good. Top Boy 3, which is coming out, which Drake has funded most of it, along with Netflix. So that's coming out. And the other one I can't talk about, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look forward to it, man. Well, everyone, check out Josef Altin on Twitter and social media. Josef, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Collective Con weekend.
Thank you.